Hello, it is Monday, January 10th, 2022, and this is consistency over intensity. I think, though, I might do a little bit of a bonus or something, make it get into the realm of intensity a little bit, at least once during this process today. Very simple workout, very low bar to go under, but hopefully gets most of my body. And if you're watching this, please do not waste your time watching this video unless you have a very specific reason to watch this video. There's the public service announcement. Don't want to waste anybody's time. Yeah, so the explanation for this. Not only am I explaining to you, I'm explaining to myself, and it's nice to know your motivations for things. So what this is consistency over intensity. It's basically answering the question, is consistency better than intensity? And I hope it is. So I be throwing out this workout. It's not very intense, but I'm trying to do it just about every day and make it consistent. I'm also doing a couple other things on here, trying to align my breath, my mind and body a little bit better, and that is my breath and my movement. So by doing that, I do basically sets of 4 for the most part, most exercises. And what I'll do on most exercises is exhale on the first repetition, hold empty on the second repetition, inhale on the third repetition, and hold full on the fourth repetition. What I've discovered in switching exercises, going from one exercise to another, is it gets really difficult. If I go through, let's say, 6 exercises, just do sets of 4, and I don't have a breath in between those, it seems to make those exercises a bit harder, and in a good way. So it's like you're getting way more mileage. Maybe I'm getting way more mileage out of those 4 reps than I should. I don't know. Or maybe it's more of a cardiovascular thing, or who knows, a heart rate thing or something. Well, back to cardiovascular, yeah. So something good's happening. Not entirely 100% sure what's going on and how is it working and all that kind of stuff, but there's something nice about that, but there's also something difficult about that, even though it seems like it should be incredibly easy. Let's get to it. Stretching first, forearm exercise, a warm-up set, and then the workout. Feeling something when I'm turning my shoulder here, turning the hand. Feel something in my shoulder when I'm turning the hand, especially right there, like those 2 spots. Interesting. Right out in front, a little bit to the side, back, definitely. Something's a little iffy on that, but that's okay. Didn't do that one right, but that's okay. When I'm doing that, just bring my leg up like that. More I straighten my knee, like really think about straightening my knee, and it feels like millimeters. It just seems to make a world of difference in tightness on the hamstring, I think. So that's interesting. All this stuff's interesting. Nothing really painful or to be concerned about, just stuff to notice, I guess. It's almost like I'm taking notes to myself, and maybe a belief or something like that, subliminally it gets stronger towards, hey, when next time I sleep, let's see if we can fix this stuff. I'm noticing what you're telling me, and I'll give you good sleep, and I won't push you too hard. I think that's what my body's telling me to do with those little messages. Don't push too hard on that. Yeah, so I'm not gonna push my shoulders too hard or anything like that. Be nice and easy for them. For some reason, I like starting out with this even before the warm-up. I don't know why. It's just kind of cool. I don't do these enough in the car, so it's nice to kind of do them here. Make it part of my daily. The warmth that goes to the forearms is not as strong when it's the first thing done, but I still feel it. So it's nice. Feels like it's something I can do to kind of kick off. And for whatever reason, the warm-up set, the warm-up set sets me up to move these tiny weights over here so I can do that, remember to do that shoulder thing. That seems like a really good idea. It just seems like a good idea. Say what you will about that silly shoulder exercise, but doing that with lightweight, still feeling it, feels like a healing idea. Rounding out the body, making things work together, I guess. See, weird. I'm not feeling that goofy right shoulder thing at all right there. So that was strange. I felt it during the stretching, and I thought, you know what? I might feel it during that incline press. Well, we'll see, would add a bit more weight if I feel it. Probably will now that I'm thinking about it, but I'm just going to turn my mind into a listening mode. Hopefully about 50% of my attention is listening, 50% of my attention is paid on the breathing, making the autonomic or automatic controlled. Instead of making it automatic, making it more controlled. And then who knows, if you control enough automatic things, you get a deeper sense of control of your body. That's what I hope anyway. It's kind of funny, a thought can speed up a person's heart. Think of something you're afraid of. Think of something sad that happened. Not necessarily sad. I don't know if sad necessarily speeds up my heart rate or not. But that's an interesting question that I don't want to answer. I don't want to find out that answer anytime soon. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I realize I got a little bit of time on this one, so I'm going to take a little bit of breaths and just feel it, but might as well get to it. Realize what I'm doing is passing time, and I just want to enjoy life. All right. Alright, that was pretty smooth. That felt pretty good. Can't argue about that one. Nothing really goofy, and I was even paying attention to it a little bit, so, interesting. Almost forgot about those. Get to it. So weird. My body wants to flail around when I do that a little bit. My foot wants to lift from the ground. It's weird. pretty good. I don't think I really got the fullest extension I could have, but I'm okay with it, little by little, bit by bit. The diet's dialing in nicely. Less and less, or more and more, I'm realizing less sugar is a good thing, and sugar's not really my friend. It's a tasty frenemy, you know. To get where I want, I gotta considerably cut down a lot of the sugars. Am I gonna get rid of it 100%? Nah, I'm tired of absolutes. But the last couple days, I haven't really ate any except for some of the sugar that's in some of the barbecue sauce I used last night. So also going to translate to more hot sauces. More bang for your buck, I think. You know, less calories, more bang for your buck. And I like hot, you know, horseradish and the green Cholula. Green Cholula is some good stuff. So feeling good about a lot of that. All right, let's get to next one. All right. Gonna go for a nice little walk after this. Life's pretty good. All right. Yeah, it's that set of 6 exercises. As soon as I get done with that, it's like, whew. And it's lightweight. And it's like, it doesn't really hit me till that, I guess, 5th exercise and thing. So the first one's basically air squats. Second one's those weird turning shoulder exercises. Third one is that collarbone type thing that feels weird on your collarbone, but good. Fourth one is Romanian deadlifts. Nice lightweight. But the 5th, lateral extensions. Or lateral raises, and then frontal raises. Whew. There's a feeling in there, even with lightweight, and even with bent elbows. And yeah, I'm definitely on the bent elbows camp now. Used to be in the straight arm camp. Now I'm in the bent elbows camp for that. I think what I'm gonna do is do these 3 exercises I use with these guys, or those guys over there, but these dumbbells. And then go right into that right there, and then maybe have a breath in between, and then do the tricep kickbacks. All sets of 4, you know, same breathing method, all that kind of stuff. Just feeling it, enjoying it, changing the things up, enjoying little shifts. And believe it or not, I actually feel a little bit tired. Maybe I felt a little tired going into this. Not exactly sure why. Really well rested, I think. Got at least 8 hours of good sleep, or 7 hours of good sleep and 1 hour of bad sleep. I'm not too sure on that. Ooh, I just felt a tingle. Right side shoulder. Loosen things up this way. Nice dynamic stretch. Loosen things up. Nice and easy. Nothing to worry about. All right, and then this took a breath in between. Oh well. Did a little bit more than I expected. Sometimes I guess if you let yourself down a little bit, you can make up for it a little bit. At least that's what I was trying there. And it's weird. I felt so much more relief after having about one breath in between those two exercises that, like, you know, sometimes a set of 4 feels like, a couple breath cycles. I'm not even thinking sets of 4, I'm thinking breath cycles. So most exercises, 1 repetition per breath phase. So it's 1 breath cycle is about 4 repetitions, which is interesting because push-ups is a weird one. Push-ups is the one push-ups and calf raises seem to want to do about 2 repetitions per breath phase. Not phrase, but phase. That feels pretty good. Finding that number out. Still not sure what the rollers. Rollers just feel weird all over the place. So, and not really too sure about the whole plank thing too, but keeping them in there, The rollers, I guess maybe I should just focus more on my stomach. If I focus too much on the breathing and trying to do some weird, a rep and a half rep and all this kind of stuff between breaths, I'm not really focusing on my stomach so much. I'll put one of these away, get myself to tricep kickbacks. Probably just 1 breath cycle each side, maybe 2. Yeah, today I can do 2. Did a little talk in between, so I'll at least do 2. Kind of nice. A little bit more than I wanted to do, but I was in the path. The path felt good. Went with it. Whew. Good time for a water plus electrolytes. That's good. Got on my running machine last night, first time in a little while. That was kind of nice. Just maybe 15 minutes on it, maybe 10, who knows. After eating, that was pretty good. Maybe key to that is going a bit slower than usual. I went slightly slower than I usually do on that. And that's, or at least it felt slower. Maybe I was paying attention to different factors more. So that's good. I think right now is where I'm gonna do a little bonus. I'm gonna do one, hopefully more than 2 cycles of breath on this one. I'm gonna shoot for like, I don't know, 3. Highly ambitious there, right? Yeah, 3 cycles of breath. See how that feels. Maybe 4, if that's feeling right, or 3.5. Kind of want to end it on a full cycle, and like I said, the full cycle ends on a full tank of air, pretty much, and then go into a bizarre plank. Yeah, only 3. That's okay. Just feeling it. Letting myself know. Letting myself go. Just getting into it. I think that was 2 or 3. I hope it was 3. Shooting for 3. So that's the bonus. Just a little bit more than normal sometimes, I guess. I think before I attempt that again, I might be going for the plank first. Maybe get psyched up on the plank. I don't know. Either way, got to the other side of it. I feel it. And that's good. I want to feel it a little bit every day. And I guess the everyday thing is like, you want maybe, hopefully it's like this. Hopefully my body and I have an agreement. Hopefully the intelligence that is my body wants to do certain things, wants to heal when I sleep. But, you know, I remember the workouts I used to do before. Used to have a day or 2 of healing in between. And good recovery time, I guess. But if I don't damage things so much, because that's in essence what working out is, I guess it's damaging so you can fix it better. Reinforce it that much better the next time, but setting it up so not cupping wind there. Anyway, setting up so break a little bit every day, and then hopefully every day try to get good sleep and get good with that recovery process. A little bit of breakage, a little bit of slippage, a little bit more recovery, and steady over time. And what's that fun phrase? And Bob's your uncle. All right, so I think that's all about here is done. Gonna go somewhere else and do a little bit more. Almost wanted to do a breathing exercise after this one, but not going to. I'm gonna do that later, hopefully. Whew. Feeling good, strangely enough. Oh, probably a little time to bring a little light on the subject. Oh my goodness, 24 minutes. That's what happens when you go slow. You've got the time. Not something you gotta knock out before you gotta be somewhere. Whew. Thank you, existence. just felt something weird on the sole of my right foot. Not painful. Just how often do you feel the sole of your right foot just sending you a message? What's the message? Guess the message is, cool, almost done, feeling pretty good. Let's finish this up. Sounds about a good message from the sole of my right foot. Thank you for that. Good body. Thank goodness I bought the lifetime guarantee. Whew. Could be better, but my fault for not proper maintenance. Could have been a lot worse. A friend of mine had this idea about working out and functionally came upon some similar numbers. He wasn't doing the breathing thing. His thing was just never hold your breath. Like, okay. But he would, I wonder how he's doing now. He would say, start out with a set of 4 on some weight. Pick a weight. Next day, see if you can do 4 more, get to 8. Next day, see if you can do 4 more, get to 12. Next day, see if you can do 4 more, get to 16. Next day, keep trying to get to those next set of 4. And then eventually 20. And he said, once you get to 20, you up the weight. If you can do up 20 successfully and feel good about it, you up the weight. It's such a simple idea to him. And I guess the simple kind of works if you stick with it. This is slightly more complicated because of the breathing thing, but I still think it seems pretty simple. And it would be the next day up the weight, start out with 4. Next day go to 8, 12, 20. Actually, I think he was working out just about every day too. And anyhow, it seems just like a fun concept. I've been sticking with the same weight for 20 days now. I think about 20 days ago, or more than 20 days ago, I pushed it up just a little bit because it has to be, here's the complicated thing and also the simple thing. I'm not switching out the stacks every time. So the good news is there's some things that I have trouble doing 4 on. There are some things on here I have trouble doing 16 on. Stick it that way and keep it that way, and I'm well within what I consider his zones of before I have to up the weight. And the problem is there may be a couple exercises on here. If I was fresh, I could start out after fresh and warmed up. I guess that would be the thing. Warmed up, but then fresh. Probably pop out more than 20. Matter of fact, I know that there's some of them I definitely can. But it's not so much about capability anymore. I mean, That's a great measurement. It's obvious, it's straightforward. But, you know, what does being able to lift X amount of weight really give me? What it's more about now is the whole integration of the process. If I can do this with little hesitation, if I can really stick to the breathing, really test out if the breathing and the working out work together somehow, if I can make a deeper mind-body connection, listen to my body, say, hey, what's going on here? Okay, you know, hey, what's going on here? You know, really feel it and understand, feel it and heal it, I guess. Because this is a process of breaking it down just a tiny bit. I'm not going to break it down a lot because this is happening every day. I do sleep better. But what I've noticed is if I do a really hard workout, or at least back in the day, and maybe this is just because I was paying attention on those days, like at least 9 hours of sleep. And yeah, there's a lot of days I got my life pretty calm, so I don't really do too much. So yeah, 9 hours of sleep, that's in the cards for, actually I'd like to think in the past month or two, more often than not. Of course I go to sleep at strange times. It's weird when you can go to sleep at 3 a.m. and wake up at noon, you know. I mean, I used to be in a stranger situation. I used to work at 11 at night till 7 in the morning and collapse to sleep as soon as I got home. I wouldn't mind doing that again, as long as I had nights off every now and then. Anyway, I feel good. I feel very good. I also like this feeling, just this moment, you know? Like things are very good in this moment. I'm not feeling too tired. I mean, I'm feeling a little tired, but I'm feeling tired in the right way. Definitely not feeling sore at all. That's awesome. Not feeling any pain. Just goodness, you know. A radiation of happiness. Yeah, this is good. Good enough to do a little bit of a breathing exercise. Not a huge one. What I'll do is, let's do a breathing exercise while sitting here. Alright, what one are we going for? Box breathing, 7 seconds. This one starts out with the inhale, so I'm going to follow the instructions on this one. Inhale, hold, exhale, wait. It says wait, yeah. 7 seconds each. 6 cycles of that, probably about 2.5 minutes. Here we go.
good breath exercise. I think I kind of lost myself in it a little bit, but that's another fun thing about those. Identity diffusion. Some people say ego death. Sometimes you go so deep. It doesn't happen too often to me, but if I'm ready for it, and I almost always am to a certain degree, at least while I'm doing breathing exercises, you have that notion of kind of letting go of who you are, letting go of the knowledge you have, just letting it exist as its own thing, separate of who you are. And back to that, it's easy to do that when you kind of letting go of who you are too. And just go towards that nothingness and then almost like willingly, not forcingly, but having that question almost asked, not verbally. Question asking, let yourself go. Not like a death thing, just a concept thing. And letting that go. Feel good. But there are things to do. Let those things to do be things to done.
Later it shall be.